My name is Dr. Peter Kitunguu. I am a consultant neurosurgeon and spine surgeon. I am also a lecturer at the University of Nairobi, Department of Surgery. Surprisingly, I wasn't sure I wanted to become a doctor. I actually wanted to be a pilot. And I went and did some interviews with Kenya Airways at that time. They had an ab initio program where they were going to train. I did come from a well-off family where I would have been able to afford that. Got actually almost to the end and had a chat with a doctor, an ophthalmologist, who was a specialist of the eyes then. And he impacted me in a way, in the sense that he was telling me about career longevity. And he asked me if I had any other options. One of the other options I'd done is I'd chosen medicine. And he advised me to go and try medicine for a year. If I do not find that I like it very much, I still come back and try, because I had an opportunity to pursue that field. And I started medicine and loved it. So just slowly started having an interest, being curious about this field, showing up in theater when you have free time, which is not often in undergraduate medical school. And the passion just blossomed. Few personal tragedies along the way. We mentioned I was born in Nairobi, raised on the eastern part of Nairobi. We used to call it Islando. Breaking out of that in itself, in terms of mentality, in terms of even having a dream that you want to change your life. So it's been a bit of an arduous journey. I lost my parents along the way, and we're reorganizing as a family. I have two other siblings, so the three of us are a unit. It strengthened us, I think, and toughened us as we went along. If you ask me about patient access, that's a bit multifaceted. The easiest way to think about it is physical access. How far from when a patient is in need, how far do they have to travel to gain services, whether they're diagnostic and eventually therapeutic and treatment, surgical services. And that access it's not just distance, access in itself. So one of the ways, the trends to address that, is to try and decentralize the services themselves. But access also has those aspects of diagnostics. Third part of access is financing. From 2 points of view, we train a neurosurgeon, gone through this rigorous process, that whole long journey, and then we send them to a facility somewhere. He or she would be only as good as the support they get. So we always say this is someone at the top of the pyramid. If the base is not strong enough, it doesn't really hold very well. So there's a whole infrastructure that is involved in that part of access. And then there's also the finances of the patients. It'll affect everything at some point, to some point, in the sense that it's important to understand AI not as a solution, but as a tool, in the sense that it has the capacity of collecting data from numerous sources, of course, collating the same. So it makes ease of access to information. But then with that, it has to be taken with a lot of a pinch of salt, because even what you get from it is good to be able to counter check that. And especially in the field of medicine in general and the field of surgery and neurosurgery, a lot of instinct, a lot of judgment, a lot of processing of that which might be difficult for a machine learning system to give in. I think even with the advent of robotics in surgery, it's very difficult to replace the hands that, as we put it, sometimes our hands know what's behind the corners, what's the judgment of when to stop, how far to go, how aggressive to be at what point. It has a way to go. It might have a role, but not yet. So for someone who's young, it definitely helps a lot if you do well. That goes without saying. It helps a lot if you do well in academics, but also it helps to put in the work. So my advice would be stay the course, persevere through it, keep the dream alive, keep pursuing it.